Okay, let's get back to American history. The Civil War was also known as a war between states. It was a great conflict between the southern and northern states. The abolition of slavery and the preservation of the Union of the United States of America were two of the most important things that came out of the war.
Dixie was one of the most famous songs from the time. Daniel Emmett wrote the song for a minstrel show and became very popular. At the outbreak of the war, the Southwesterners claimed it as their marching song. Mr. Emmett was from the North with Union sympathies, and he was dismayed that his song was used by the South. Dixie is still a well-known song today.
In 1861, after a visit to a Union Army camp, Julia Ward Howe wrote the poem that came to be called as the Battle Hymn of the Republic. The poem has become perhaps the best-known Civil War song of the Union Army and has come to be well-loved American patriotic anthem. Another famous Union marching song, Battle Cry of Freedom, was written in 1862 by George F. Root, clearly states a desire to keep the Union together. The song was so popular that the music publisher at one time has 14 printing presses going at one time and still could not keep up with the demand. It is estimated that over 700,000 copies of this song were made. It is a patriotic song advocating the cause of the Union. The chorus was sung. The Union forever, hurrah boys, hurrah. Down with the traitor, up with the star. While we rally around the flag, boys, rally once again, shouting the battle cry of freedom. At the time, it was so popular that it was adopted by the Southern soldiers. They sang this chord. Our Dixie forever, she is never at a loss. Down with the eagle and up with the cross. We'll rally round the bonny flag, we'll rally once again. Shout, shout the battle cry of freedom. Battle cry of freedom.
The Ashokan Farewell is a beautiful tune that's known by many because it was used in a Civil War documentary by Mr. Burns. During the playing of this, would like to invite you all to join me in reciting the Gettysburg Address, which is on the inside back cover of your program. When we're done with that, we'll just stop and listen to the violins and the pianos as they finish this beautiful song, and we think about what our sacrifices were made for us at Gettysburg. Fourscore and 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who here gave their lives that that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here have consecrated it far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little note, nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living, rather, to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion, that we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth.